Hey, I'm Rachel J, and this is Cultivator Kitchen. Today we are making Goya Chanpuru. It's a Japanese dish made with bitter melon. This dish is one of my absolute all-time favorites for years and years, and it's probably one you haven't heard of before unless you're into Japanese cooking. It's an Okinawan dish and it is not normally vegan, so this is my quick and easy vegan version. This year I grew bitter melon in my garden and I've been making this a ton. Bitter melon is super healthy for you, but it is as bitter as the name implies. So if you're new to it, try a little bit in your dish at first. If you love bitter flavors like me, then put the whole thing in. So I'm going to show you today how to prepare this correctly so it tastes the best and how to put it in a simple tofu scramble Japanese style. Here we go. So the first ingredient that you'll need is a Goya, or bitter melon in English, and this one is straight from my garden. So I will show you how to prepare this by de-seeding it and soaking it, and it has a really cool exterior. It looks like it would be hard, but it is hard, but it's not spiky. But it looks kind of dragon-like, and it's really cool. So I love to grow these at home. If you want to find them in the store, check an Asian grocery store. Next most important ingredient is tofu. I don't buy a lot of tofu because of all the plastic packaging, but this one is local and made in Chicago. But you can use any kind that you have. This one is from Phoenix Bean, which is local Chicago tofu, and it's super delicious. So I'm going to use 1 box of tofu, and then I am going to put some sea salt on the bitter melon to prepare it. And for the sauce itself, I'm going to have some garlic powder, onion powder, sea salt, some vinegar. You can use rice wine vinegar. I'm using actually vinegar from pickling jalapenos. And then equal parts, 1 tablespoon mirin, 1 tablespoon coconut aminos. If you don't have coconut aminos, you can use soy sauce or tamari. And some toasted sesame seeds are always delicious on this as well. And you can use any other vegetables that you like. Today I happen to have some onion and bell pepper that need to be used up. Traditionally, Goya Chanpuru has ham in it. So if you want to put some vegan ham in here to give it an authentic flavor, you absolutely can. It normally also has sesame oil. I'm just choosing to omit them. I really like just vegetables. And I was doing a ton of canning today, so hopefully there isn't too much popping in the background. I'm up to 170 cucumbers this year. So I've been doing a lot of pickling. And in addition, on the same place I'm growing cucumbers, I've been growing my Goya. So to start out, I am just going to prepare the bitter melon. So I chopped both ends off, and now I'm going to cut it lengthwise. This is a little tricky on one that's curvy, so do your best. Inside you can see there's a white pith. This you want to remove, and you want to remove all the seeds. If I was seed saving, I would have let this go even further so the seeds matured, and then I wouldn't have cut it in half because you can see I sliced through the seeds. But today we're just going to discard the middle. I like to use a metal spoon and just scoop it out. It comes out pretty easy. There you go. That's pretty simple and quick to do. I'll do the other half. All right, the next step is just to slice it super thin. Because it's very bitter, you don't want to have a big bite of it. You just want to have it mix in with your dish. That's how thin I like to cut my bitter melon. You can do it to your preference, but I find that this is pretty palatable for most people. Now that my bitter melon is all sliced, I'm going to put it in a small bowl with just a little bit of sea salt. And we're going to end up washing this off, so don't get too worried. And then I'm going to cover it with water and let it sit for 10 minutes. been 10 minutes and I just did that quick brine because it makes it nice and soft and helps with cutting the bitterness a little bit. So I'm going to drain and rinse this now and we're ready to cook. I've got all my other veggies pre-cut and I'm just going to throw them in a medium-high hot pan and get cooking. We're going to throw in our bitter melon as well and let that get nice and crispy. I haven't added any water or liquid to the pan because the onions and the bitter melon are going to add a little liquid. So I'm just going to let this saute dry for a few minutes. It's been about 4 minutes and now I'm going to crumble in my tofu by hand. That's how I think it looks best. This one does come pre-cut, but I'm just going to crumble it anyway because that's how I want it to look. Next, I'm going to throw in my spices and mix that in. And now my liquids as well. Give those a quick stir. And last but not least, I'm going to sprinkle on some sesame seeds and let this cook. And that's it. I'm going to leave this for 5 minutes and then come back and check on it. Okay, it's been 5 minutes and you can see even without oil, it's gotten nice and crispy. That is the final product. I don't normally put red bell pepper, but it looks really nice. It's super delicious. I hope you guys are going to enjoy making this. And don't be afraid to try bitter melon. It's so good. That's today's recipe. I hope you're going to enjoy, get gardening, and make something creative with it. I hope you love this dish. If you've tried bitter melon before or you haven't and you're excited to try it, leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. I make new videos every single week, and I'll see you guys next time.